And I hope people hear this because it's not an issue we talk about enough.
I like Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders throws ideas out there. Bernie Sanders sees what works around the world and he tries to bring them to America. I like that. And this idea is actually a good one for a few reasons. A, it frees up people to have more time for their own personal life, which means you'd actually get to enjoy life a little bit more. And B, it would actually create more jobs because you're creating a new work shift. Um, what I don't like about Bernie Sanders is the same thing I don't like about many people, and that is that you miss the actual problem. See, this is actually a good idea, but the problem is, always has been, and always will be the cost of living issue. See, we can give people more time to themselves, we can raise their wages, but none of that means a damn thing if the cost of living keeps going up. That's what the problem is. See, if I bump your salary up, it really doesn't matter because then everything around you goes up in price. So we start back at square one. Raising your salary didn't do a damn thing. Giving you more time to yourself didn't do a damn thing. Okay? So this always leads back to my favorite topic, which is real estate. For those of you who've seen me talk about real estate, you already know how I feel about real estate. But until we get this issue solved, we will always just be going around in circles. Um, Again, this is a very good idea, but prices will still go up. So, and the fact that we have CEOs and people in corporate America on recording, pretty much admitting that they raised their prices for absolutely no reason, really says what the problems truly are in this world. So we go back to real estate. Now, I know Bernie Sanders has a thing for healthcare, and he's not wrong. People who end up with health issues, they find out how expensive it really is, and it shouldn't be that way. Again, one of Bernie Sanders' good idea, universal healthcare, Medicare for all, whatever you want to call it. But for the most part, everyone's truly biggest expense is real estate, shelter. And I'll ask the question again. When you're dealing with real estate, all you are paying for is space. If your space isn't getting any bigger, why is the fuck? I'm going to calm down. Why is the price going up? And Trump's case in New York with his real estate properties proves me right on that point. So, now I know people are always going to give the argument nonsense of supply and demand. Again, supply and demand does not exist. It is very simply a way for people to take advantage of you without making it seem like they're taking advantage of you. And once again, the fact that we have these CEOs in corporate America on recording pretty much saying they've raised their prices for no fucking reason whatsoever, that proves me right. So, when you're paying for real estate, all you're paying for is space. Your space isn't getting any bigger. Why is the price going up? I've even compared it to cars. When you drive a car off of a lot, it loses value. It goes down in price. So how come when people move into a place, it also doesn't go down in value? They both going through that everyday wear and tear. Somebody using it. And I told you that the entire scam that we know in this world revolves around real estate. You really want people to afford to be able to live, it starts there. Until that scam ends, nothing else gets done. We continue to go around in circles. So again, I'm not gonna get into the real estate thing. I've done that to death. If you want to go back and check those videos out, go ahead. I'm not gonna do it. Again, I've done the whole supply and demand and thing. The CEOs on recording have already proven inflation is complete bullshit. I've explained that. Like, I've explained to you that you don't amass a fortune by giving it back to the system that made you wealthy in the first place. So if you have wealthy people continuing to build wealth, guess what needs to happen? Money needs to be printed. But when that happens, and that constantly happens, you don't hear anything about inflation. It's not until the government invests into the regular citizens and the country itself, the infrastructure, that's when you hear about inflation. That's when prices need to go up. For the last time, well, not the last time, because I'm going to keep repeating this. But once again, you cannot have rich people without poor people, and you cannot have either one of those people without the successful poor. Again, that's what you call the middle class. The people who think they've done something financially successful, but you really haven't, because like Bernie Sanders points out a lot of time, one accident, one health issue, and you could lose everything. So I like Bernie Sanders, throws ideas out there. That's how we get shit done. But I hate the fact that everybody constantly misses the bigger picture.